Hello everybody, this is DeanoGTO and this is the M46 Pattern KR, known by a bunch of names such as Tiger Pattern, Tier 8, M46. It's got a million names, couldn't possibly list them all. But yeah, I'm just gonna call it the M46 for this because, well, you know it's a Tier 8 version. I mean, you can tell pretty easily. I mean, look at the paint scheme. And honestly, that's a pretty good thing to bring up at first. I actually need to mention this at the start. I made a video the other day which I forgot to upload and it's no longer relevant. It was on the T26 E5 and I mentioned how the E5's Patriot camo is one of the ugliest things I've ever seen in World of Tanks, and that's including things like the ARL V39 and the 88. So yeah, it's one of the ugliest things in the game, but the standard one actually looks pretty nice. I'm not against all camos like that there, however, like I do like this one, I do like the Cromwell B, I do like the Rudy, and I do definitely like the IS-2 and the ISU. Those are all really nice camos. The Moots I don't really care that much about, it just looks kind of dull to me honestly. I mean it's just a white burst thing on the side, that's about it really. Scorpions I think looks cool, Defender I think looks cool, Liberté I'm kind of meh about. Personally, I would probably buy the standard version if I wanted one. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on those kind of camos. This one here, I definitely like though. Honestly, it was one of the main selling points for this thing, and the fact that I wanted a Tier 8 medium tank that wasn't a Super Pershing, because the Super Pershing, it's a medium tank only in name. The Pershing is a heavy tank. That's what it is. And the STI-2 just shot that guy in the back of the turret, and if I was him, I'd be pissed. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. So yeah, yeah, just putting shots into the Ag Tiger 88. I've done 900 damage so far in this game. Done 400 spotting, and that's one of the great things about American mediums. They all have really decent view range. Like this is 390 view range, and that's one of the weaknesses this thing does have in comparison to the Pershing. Pershing gets 400. And the Pershing also gets better shell speed. Now that I mention it, this thing does get a different gun in comparison to the Pershing. Pershing gets a long barrel gun. It's like I got a lot of spotting on the STI-2. Holy crap! Yeah, the gun on the Pershing is really long, whereas this thing here has a relatively short barreled gun. It has relatively similar penetration characteristics. Like it's only 2 mm better than the standard Pershing. I believe that's something to do with the ammo it fires. But yeah, they're really close in terms of the penetration and the overall gun handling. Like this thing has very slightly better soft stats, so that the aiming time is kind of balanced out between them. Even though it technically has a worse aiming time if you look at the stat. If you look at the soft stats, it balances them out. It's kind of the same story with the mobility, although I would give this thing a slight edge in terms of mobility, because that's this thing's main thing, is the fact that it's able to maintain its speed so well. But yeah, what was I saying about that? Oh yeah, the shell speed. This thing is, I think, 850 meters a second shell speed. Whereas, and yeah, this is some bad driving by me. I'm just not paying attention to where I'm driving. This thing is like 850 meters a second, which is okay, but if you compare it to something like the 20-pounder of the Centurion or the FV4202, that thing gets over 1,000. And the Pershing gets 950, which is very close to 1,000. I would say that the Pershing has a slightly better shell trajectory than the FE4202's gun, but overall, in terms of raw shell speed, the FE4202 is better technically, but I feel like the shell gets there a bit faster with the Pershing because I feel like it has a flatter arc, whereas this thing here has a slightly more curved arc, kind of like the FV4202. But yeah, right now I'm just focused on this Scorpion, and I've got some interesting comments from him after this game is over. He's not happy that I do anything to him. He's upset that somebody shot at him in a shooter. He's upset somebody shot at him. Oh no, somebody shot you, a shooter. What do you expect? Like I was just like. I never understand people getting really angry. Like I understand people getting angry at Artie because most time it's kind of bullshit. But yeah, I loaded HE at the perfect time here because I actually hadn't realized the Lorraine was going to be spotted over here. And yeah, American medium tank. I love shit like that in American mediums. It's awesome. But yeah, you're going to see me make a couple of mistakes here. First off, not paying attention to his gun mantlet or gun shield. And actually, when I was playing this game, I hadn't realized he'd fired there. I just kind of guessed and hoped for the best. um, yeah, and it was at this point I realized he hadn't fired because he took a while to reload that shot and get the shot off. And yeah, that was a bit of a miss by my part, just not paying attention to what was going on around me. But yeah, anything I've done in this game, there's no way this game would have played out any differently in the Pershing. Honestly, that's the main reason why I was playing the Pershing lately, and I was thinking, wow, this is actually a really good tank. I should play this thing more. And then I realized, oh yeah, why don't I play this thing more? The reason I don't play this thing more is because I have one of these, which basically plays exactly like a Pershing, except with slightly worse shell speed, slightly better engine power. It's basically balances itself out as pretty much just a premium Pershing. But yeah, yeah, I wrote in the chat hunt there, but then the guy gets spotted up at the very top right of the map, and there's no way I'm getting there in time. This thing's a quick tank, but it's not that quick. It's not like 70 kilometers an hour quick. And my team's capping, and yeah, I'm getting some weird FPS derps here. I'm not sure why. Honestly, I'm just gonna pause it here because that's kind of annoying. Okay, right. Um, all I can really say though is I'm happy that happened at near the end of it instead of near the beginning, because I kept having that happen during the beginning and during the fight part in the town. That was really annoying because I recorded this about 3 or 4 separate times, and that kept happening in the town fight where it would skip like 5 or 6 seconds of the action, and it was really getting on my nerves. But yeah, I don't know what it is about this replay. For some reason, that this replay keeps doing that. I don't know why, but yeah. Other things I just need to say is pretty much exactly the same armor layout since they buffed the mantlet of this thing here, so now I can actually bounce a shot off the mantlet. Used to be this thing here had an M4 Sherman style mantlet where it looks like it has a mantlet, but there's nothing behind the mantlet, so it can't bounce anything off. It couldn't bounce anything off the mantlet previously, but now that they have changed it to be more like a Pershing's mantlet, it'll actually bounce quite a lot of shots off the mantlet. The mantlet's actually pretty decent now. And also, I was always under the impression that this thing had way worse frontal armor and side armor than the Pershing, but I looked at it in the armor viewer, Tanks GG, and they're pretty much identical. Just this thing's a smaller tank. That's about it. I think that was the whole point of the M46, was basically to streamline the Pershing a bit and to give it a more powerful engine. Like that's why I think the back is like a slightly different shape, and it also has this little road wheel here, which is kind of just here. But yeah, I think it's a good looking tank, and I think it's a really decent tank. You can like everything I did in this game is totally doable in a Pershing. Just that you would have a very slightly longer reload. I think it's like when I say very slightly, I mean like 0.08 seconds or something like that. There, it's tiny amount. You wouldn't even notice it. But yeah, except the Pershing would probably have a bit more luck in terms of snipe at long range because it's got faster aiming time. Even though they pretty much equal out, I would still say the Pershing is just a tiny bit better, and the Pershing also gets slightly better accuracy as well. So yeah, they're very similar tanks. In fact, I basically think this thing was basically targeted at people who already like the Pershing. Like I've got one gun mark on this thing, I didn't even notice it because the camo can't covers it. But yeah, if you've ever noticed on the Patriot, it has like 3 boxes on the gun marl. On the gun marl. I can do words good. Um, yeah, it has like 3 boxes on the gun barrel. And those are where the gun marks go. The first time I saw one of those, I was like, is that like a glitch in the paint or something? Because there was just like 3 random holes, and then I saw one like a month after it came out, and it was just like, oh yeah, 2 of those boxes were filled with the marks of excellence. And I was like, oh, that's what that is. That actually makes a lot of sense. And honestly, I'm glad they didn't do something like that there on this thing because that looked really out of place. But yeah, overall, I think this thing's a good tank, and this was a pretty damn solid game. It just kind of shows the general kind of playstyle of American mediums. Use your turret, use your just pretty decent gun handling overall. Like that's basically one of the main things of the American mediums is just great overall gun handling. And well, yeah, it's an American medium. They're basically the all rounders of the game. That's basically their entire like thing. Um, Although it's weird to think, and this is something I'm probably never going to get used to saying, the Centurion is actually faster than this thing now, which is a really weird thought. It really is such an odd thought that the Centurion 1 can now actually reach a higher speed than this. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. But yeah, I also think the Centurion 1 actually has like a significantly worse engine power, and it's also a heavier tank. So yeah, it won't accelerate like one of these things can. But yeah, trying to think of anything else in u.s.a. I can't really think of anything. So yeah, I guess on to the post game stats. Okay, so now we're on to the post game stats. Let's see. This was worth Ace Tanker, Patrol, Duty, and Confederate. Pretty damn nice in terms of base XP. I mean, 1400 base XP, or well, 1359 base XP. Pretty damn sweet net here, rate. And 2900 base damage. Oh, well, base damage, what the hell am I talking about? 2900 damage done, and 3600 damage spotted, which is pretty damn nice. I think I had a damn nice roll in that game, but yeah, I think I mentioned it in this recording, how the Scorpion got kind of annoyed. Yeah, he was not happy at all, and I'm really not sure what he means by "fuck your kind." I didn't even reply to him. I just kind of ignored him because it sounds like an angry 12-year-old. Sounds like an angry 12-year-old, so I just kind of ignored him. No point in getting annoyed by shit like that. So yeah, that was funny when you see messages like that there, because it actually takes effort to go in and click on somebody's name and send them a message. So that you know they're pissed off whenever that happens. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, overall, I think it's a pretty damn nice game, and you can see the reason why I play this thing. Why, for the most part, I play this thing more than the standard Pershing. I mean, I made 80,000 credits in this game, pretty much. That's pretty fucking good. It really is. I didn't even have to use a single consumable in that game. That's really awesome. I mean, 79,000 or not 79,000 XP. 79,000 credits. That's massive. That's without a premium account. With a premium account, it would have been 124,000. So yeah, that's really damn nice. So yeah, it's this thing is probably the main reason why I'm probably going to sell the M26 whenever we finish this grind, because I basically have an M26, but it makes money. So what's the point in keeping the normal M26? That's the question, honestly. But yeah, people who drive the standard M6 already, you probably are already big fans of that thing, and I can see why. I have been enjoying it lately, but I don't really think there's much purpose in me keeping it personally because I have this. So yeah, but I know I'm kind of in a unique situation because I have one of these. Most people do not have one of these, so yeah. Um, I think that's about everything I really need to say. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. And if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing. If you like to hear me ramble about tanks. So yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Said it already, but screw it.